Desert Willow Wolves, will you please rise and join me for our Pledge of Allegiance, our moment of silence, and of course, your classroom purpose statement. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now please join me in our moment of silence. Thank you. Now please take a moment for your classroom purpose statement. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, happy Monday morning, everyone. Today is September the 22nd, 2025. And for lunch today, it's popcorn chicken with seasoned fries. And for breakfast tomorrow, it is an egg and biscuit plate with a sausage patty or a build your own yogurt parfait with strawberry yogurt, granola, and various fruits. All right, let's talk about birthdays. I have a couple of birthdays today. So I'd like to wish a very special happy birthday today to Jordan, who is in Miss Zambrano's class, Kaden, who is in Miss Giles' class, Isabella in Miss Olson's class, and to Genesis in preschool. Hope you all have a wonderful birthday today. All right, let's talk about our attendance last Thursday. It was at 89%, not quite 90. I had one class with 100% attendance. Shout out goes to the fourth grade class of Miss Zambrano. Thank you for having 100% attendance and for all being here on Thursday. My grade levels with the highest percentage was actually a tie, and that was at 92%. And so that was my fourth and my fifth graders for that highest grade level attendance. Way to go. All right. Golden spatula news from last week in the cafeteria. We've been talking a lot about what the way of the wolf means in the cafeteria and working hard on that. And I'd like to give a shout out to my golden spatula winners for the week last week, and that is first grade. Way to go, first grade. You are now the owners of the golden spatula for the week. On Thursday, we leveled up again, and it's fun to see students reaching these higher levels and all of the rewards that come with that. So way to go, everyone. But I have some friends who made it to level 2. So shout out for leveling up goes to Mason, who's in Miss Cortez's class. Shout out to Nathan in Miss Olson's class, and to Temperance in Mr. Sundust's class. Way to go on leveling up. Today on September 22nd is National States and Capitals Day. So every state has a capital, but it's not necessarily always the biggest city in the state that is deemed the state capital. Sometimes it's one of the smallest cities that is made the capital of a state. Our capital here is Phoenix, Arizona. But here's some interesting information about some other states. Did you know there's a song, Sweet Home Alabama, great song, but Sweet Home Alabama is actually a real place? That in the state of Delaware, it's a smaller state on the East Coast, there are more chickens than people in the state of Delaware. And did you know that the Empire State Building in New York has its own zip code? Fun fact, New York City is not actually the capital of the state of New York. While it might be one of the most populated cities, it's big and crams a ton of people. It's not actually the state capital, but the Empire State Building there has its own zip code. And one more that I think was part of Miss Dawson's trivia a couple weeks ago, the letter Q is the only letter that is not found in any state names. Other than that, all letters of the alphabet are represented. Good to know. Reminder about cell phones, school, and the bus. While you may bring a cell phone to school, That's okay. It needs to be turned off and in your backpack at all times when you're at school. Same for on the bus. You can have it on while you're on the bus, but it should still be in your backpack while you are on the bus. It's important. We're watching some bus videos here and we're noticing a lot of cell phones out. Remember, they should still be put away and they can be on while you're on the bus, but they need to still stay in your backpack. Also, our Spirit Week kicks off today. So today is grade level color days, And tomorrow is Decades Day. So think about a decade, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and show up with some spirit in that decade. And then Wednesday is Hero versus Villain Day. That's fun. So come dressed as your favorite superhero or villain. Remember, no masks. We have Halloween coming up, and that's another opportunity to dress up, but no masks on Wednesday. And then Thursday is quarter day. So we're celebrating the end of our first quarter. So by dress up as a quarter of a cup, quarter length socks, anything having to do with a quarter. Get creative here. It'll be fun. Thursday marks the end of our first quarter officially here at Desert Willow, which means report cards will go home next week. So we have just this week to finish up that learning and assessment for our first quarter standards. And then your teachers will be completing report cards that will then go home next week. So make sure that your parents are aware we have fall break coming, but not just yet. So we have this week, next week, and one more week, and then we have fall break. So 3 more weeks of learning, although our first quarter is ending this week. We have 2 more after this week, and then we are marching our way towards our fall break. Just a reminder about our playground expectations. Remember that we do expect that way of the wolf out on the playground when you're playing on the play structure, football, soccer, any of the things, games, activities you're doing on the playground. We expect kindness. We expect working together, and we expect you having integrity out there on the playground. That is super important because we want you to enjoy your playground time. We also need you to be showing the way of the wolf in those areas. That is all I have for my morning announcements today. This is Mrs. Davy signing off, wishing you the most magnificent Monday.